Hey, this is Alex, and I'm with Tech Cinema. I just got out of watching Iron Lung, directed and written by and starring Markiplier. Uh, Real name Mark Fishback. He's a YouTuber. So the film is based on an indie horror game. It's about an hour long called Iron Lung, created by David Szymanski. Um, So I went into this movie like almost completely blind. I never played the game and I didn't know much about the story. So on the drive to the movie, I listened to a quick synopsis of the game just to get a basic idea, but that was about it. I didn't see the trailer or anything like that. So I walked in knowing that it was a horror movie, kind of, and it involved like space, and that's really about it. So the premise of the movie is so the movie takes place in the future, after a catastrophic cosmic event. They call it the quiet rapture. So every known star system or stars and habitable planet, so take place far in the future, has mysteriously disappeared. Humanity has been reduced to scattered survivor living on like isolated space stations, so like not connected space station. And living in a space station, resources are nearly gone. It's scarce. During exploration effort, one remaining celestial body, basically a moon, is discovered. So the small moon is orbiting a dead star. The funny thing, the scary thing, or funny thing, or however you take it, is that the moon contains a vast oceans of blood, right? So because it's not only a potential resource bearing body left, right? Um, so a uh, so essentially, there's the moon with blood. So if there's blood, there's maybe animal or something. Like why is it blood? Um, So there's resources, and you want to find the space station wants to find out what is happening with the moon and so forth. So they sent in the prisoner. His name is Simon. You don't find out until later. Is sent down to explore this this ocean essentially. Um, they created a submarine called the Iron Lung, which is the name of the movie and the game. So it's more of like a vessel. So and it's also a metaphor for the movie, the concept of an iron lung in general, in to help people breathe and so forth. It's all come together. The submarine itself is sort of the character. It's actually a very primitive submarine, because they're actually in space. They would never know why would they ever need a submarine. There's no windows. The ocean, because it's covered in blood, is opaque. And the only way to see anything outside is by navigating coordinates, and taking like still photograph using onboard equipment, and that's it. So like you when by taking photograph, you take it, you wait for a few seconds for the photograph to comes in, and you kind of know where you're going. Um, so so most of the movie takes place inside this claustrophobic like metal capsule, the submarine. Simon descend deeper into the blood ocean, and yes, something is down there. So let's talk about adapting the game to the film. The original game is like really short. It's about an hour long. It's a first person atmospheric like horror experience, right? Is minimalistic. Is task driven. You just gotta do X, Y, and Z, and it's heavily dependent on tension. So sound design is very good in the film, in the movie, in the film and in the game. The movie sort of expands on that concept by giving Simon, or created a character named Simon. You technically is Simon. like whole full character arc and background. So instead of just experiencing the environment, so we follow Simon, fear, his guilt and his desire to prove something. Um, and so that was essentially that was what I was thinking about while I was watching the movie. Like, how do you stretch a like contain indie horror a game into a full length a film, right? Obviously, you have to add a bunch of lore, you have to add character development, and I think they did a good job on that. So yeah, they did a wonderful job keeping the spirit of the game into the movie with the whole tension and so forth, right? So, what do I like about this movie? Let's just get out of the way the fact that this movie exists. And by that is made by the YouTuber. I suppose I am a YouTuber in this perspective, so that's pretty cool. Markiplier takes an indie horror game and turn into a like $3 million theatrical release. It's like inspiring. He made this under 3 million. Like it shows that like content creator from TikTok from anywhere can evolve beyond the platform that they are. Like he's transitioning to movies, and that's pretty cool. So after this, he's probably gonna be given some opportunity to do more movies. So this is a low budget 3 million, and by the way, it made way more than that. It's considered a hit, and it's ambitious. So I hope that like big studio takes more risk in this kind of project, because it's only $3 million, but like you make, I don't know, $20 million. That's, it's like almost full time as much. So that's like, I think studios should do those kind of risks. So that just that fact alone, I want to support the movie and like give mad respect to the movie already. The second thing I like about this is the like atmosphere and essentially visual direction. So remember that most of the film is filmed in the submarine. So it's cramped, it's metallic, it's loud, it's feels oppressive, and there's like really no room to move. Like you can go back and forth, and there's a underneath shaft that you can go to, and that's it. So there's this whole claustrophobic element to it. So but if you really don't like that kind of stuff, this is definitely not that type. This is not the movie for you. So there's this whole concept of like in movie making or in anything, like if you restrain yourself from having the unlimited budget or whatever, like creativity comes to mind. Well, so in this movie, the idea that this the this the director only limits himself to like on one set, right? Like he thought of like different ways to like shoot the movie better, and it shows through different like angles and so forth. It shows in the film. um the tight framing, the distorted lens, shadowing, lighting shift, like those matters, those choices that he made matters in this movie. And ultimately I think that's handled well in the film. The blood ocean settings like looks unsettling. The imagery like captures in the photograph, the photograph is disturbing and mysterious. Like at first you don't can't see what the hell is going on, and like as you look at it some more, it's like, oh, okay, that's a skull. It's like visual storytelling, and that's really cool. The visual tone is consistent and like oppressive in a really good way. You For the $3 million, I'm pretty sure like 2 million or something is focused on the atmosphere and the effects, rather than the scale. And that was the right move. Obviously, because they don't have money, but that was the right move for this type of film. So earlier I mentioned that the director is also the star in this movie, and he's really good. It's Obviously he plays the character Simon, and he is in like the whole movie. Essentially, like throughout the whole movie, he's in it. Um, he did a solid job. Like hands down. I mean, Oscar worthy, and probably not. But is he after this? Is he's going to be given more opportunity to do more movies? Yeah, definitely. Whether he makes them or stars in them, I think he has potential. Simon, the character, feels like human. He feels guilt. He feels desperate. He's not a hero. He's sort of a prisoner, and he's trying to be redeemed in a way. He's trying to get redemption in this movie, kind of like near the end. He's trying to do that. Um, so even though he's a bad guy, you end up rooting for him. Like even though like that he did some like shady shit in the past. Like that emotional anchor like helps carry the tension throughout the whole film. Um, Other things I liked about it is the sound design and music. The sound design is one of the stronger elements here. Like it, I don't think this is gonna win Oscar, but like the sound design is Oscar level worthy. Like the creaking metal, the pressure, the mechanical turns, the silence, like the audio, because of this type of movie, audio plays a massive role in building the dread of the movie. There is some jump scares in this movie, but it's not that many. It's a tension building type of horror. And I felt it because I remember grinding my teeth as I was watching the movie, um, clenching my teeth. Sorry. So the sound and sound effects is like definitely elevate the experience in this movie. The other thing I like about it, and probably the last thing I like about it, is the lore, and the world building is very compelling. The universe, well, the story, it's like the whole universe with the stars gone and humanity is just trying to get by, and Blood Moon, that's like really good story, like lore building. The movie feels like feed you information gradually. Like you technically is Simon, and Simon at the beginning is not brief on what is happening. He's put in the submarine and like, hey, go down there, do food tasks, get out. Um, that and throughout the whole movie, like they give you more information and you kind of feed it. Like I I I I finally understood the movie like near the end. I was like, what the hell's going on at the beginning? Um, so you learn more about the Quiet Rapture, you learn more about the mission, you learn more about Simon, his past, and then essentially you piece it together below when you're down there with the character in the Blood Ocean. So there is a lot of ambiguity too, and there's a lot of symbolism in this movie. There are themes people interpret as religious or like cosmic judgment, like related. It's not really my thing. I won't dive it in there, but I'm sure like other people, you can probably find videos on the symbolism of this movie, of Ireland, the movie. So what what I don't like some of the things I don't like about the movie. The main like criticism for this movie is clarity. I mentioned earlier that like there was a lot of world building, the lore. I think it that even though there's a lot of symbolism and so forth, it's not clear. Like um, like you as you go through the movies near the end, you kind of can't tell like is is it literal? Is this literal what the story is trying to tell you? Is it psychological? Is it symbolism? What is really happening in reality? Because the character Simon hallucinates like during the movie. So it's really hard to figure out what is kind of going on like near the end. So yeah, I was trying to wrap my head around like certain sequences in the movie, and I still am trying to kind of figure that out. Um, like after I think a few days, I think or after as I was driving home, I was thinking about it some more. It began to make a little bit more sense. But like during the watching the movie, even at the very ending of it, like I had questions, and it just a little bit jarring to like have so many questions at the end of a movie. Um, so is this is considered a horror movie? So is it scary? It's not like a traditional terrifying scary movie. It's not like constant jump scared, but it is tense, very tense actually. Like it builds dread through confinement, like isolations and the unknown. It's a slow burn cosmic horror, and it kind of works. So overall thoughts. I enjoy this movie, Iron Lung. It's a strong indie horror adaptation of a video game. Is it the best? Probably not. Is it one of the best? Decent, man. Decent. It expands on the source material thoughtfully, I think. And also the director, concerning this movie, like, is it set in the same universe? The director said that this movie and the video game sets in a different universe, parallel universe. So it leans into like atmosphere and tension rather than like spectacle. $3 million, you can't really do much. And it proves that creator from like unconventional backgrounds can deliver like serious project, like YouTuber to filmmaking. Is it perfect? Nope. Is it ambitious and effective for what it is? $30 million indie film that's gonna like be a cult classic in the future? Yes, 100%. So because of that, I'm gonna give this maybe higher than usual, like an 8 out of 10. So like if you like, I don't know, like contain horror, cosmic dread, like space movie, Sphere comes to mind, or indie passion project. Definitely check this out in theater if you can. I suppose home viewing works too. Anyways, that is it. This is Alex with Duck Cinema, and I am out.